Okay, I wanted to make this quick video because yesterday I wasn't able to find do as much with the textures as I wanted. I wasn't able to find the button for Octane to get into the graph node. In Octane, what you need to do is you go to Octane dialog, and under materials you'll see um, uh, Octane node editor. And that's how you bring up this window here. Now this window is just something I was playing around with. Now basically in this case I have I'm doing some roughness, and this is pretty similar to most of these types of things, these material creators. And use specula, that's how shiny it is. Let's to make something shiny. Metallic, I didn't make a metallic object, but I want to show you the gold. I actually think this is a better gold than the one that I chose. But anyway, I was playing with this mixed texture. Now mixed texture is going to take two textures, and based on this amount is going to mix them together. And you can do different things. Now in this case I put a sine wave in it, and you can see I got red going to blue or pink going to blue. Let's see, what do I got here? Should have let me make this so you can see here. And you can do a strict float, so you can do something like this here, and if you do that, you get a solid color. Let me move this out of the way. And I think I grabbed one other thing. Let's see, what turbulence. Let's bring a turbulence in here. And turbulence you can see you get this like spotted thing where it's kind of mixing the red and of course these can all be adjusted. You can adjust the power, so if you bring it down or bring it up, you can do, and I'm off the top of my head not sure what all these exactly mean. There's a great course, what's his name? He's a YouTuber who does videos mostly on cinema. He's done a bunch on what is it? The free program that's similar to cinema. I'm gonna have to put his name in the notes here. But he did a whole class that he goes into great detail about Octane materials. Now let me show you this. Whoop, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Let's go here. And you've got this material editor. And this is a relatively, doesn't look like, so he calls it gold, it's called gold smudge. And you can see he's got his color, metallic. So I guess this input determines how metallic it is. It has a roughness, which is a pattern. And this is interesting. Okay, this is the normals. Again, normals are kind of how the light directions of light against the object is my understanding of it. And then round edges. So this is a bit more complex material. If you have Grayscale Gorilla, which has their, where is it, their library here. So they have a whole different types of materials. Probably the most complex are their car paints. And let's see, dark emerald, cosmic blue. Let's try that. Why is this not? Oh, I made several of them. Alright, so we're going to let's put this out of the way. Let's close this. Got about 5 of them here. And let's see if this, thought it would switch. Alright, let's go back to, again, the Octane dialog. And we have blue selected, hang node editor, and as you can see, this is a car paint, and they can get very complicated. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this yet, but I think you can move this around by, nope, that didn't do it. So it must be, there we go. That would be your center button. And then, my guess is, I'm not sure how you make it smaller, but you can see you got all kinds of stuff in here. So you have your colors, you have your shine, coding, because of course cars have coding, roughness, bump. You got your flakes, which is a separate input. So you have a mix of materials here. And that's kind of like the overcoat. So you can see how complex a car color would be. Just to show you, they're all, let me get rid of some of these. We don't need 10 of them here. Oh, well, 4. So we've seen Octane, and the others are pretty similar. Here's Redshift. So to make a Redshift material, you actually go to Create, and let's see, material, Redshift, Materials, and let's see what we got here. We can just say Material, and here's our material. And in this case, you can just hit this button for Edit Shader Graph. Very similar. We could change the color. Let's see. So this is a gray. We can make it something like that. And now we got that. And you can do different. I'm trying to see what we got here. A little bit different, but the whole, if you look here, you've got similar types of things like displacement, and here is where you can do a whole lot. You can do diffuse, so you don't even have to set a color here. Base sheen, which, and reflection, which is specularity, and you can do pretty similar stuff. Now, to show you an example, remember we looked at Grayscale Gorilla, and we looked at their Plus library. Well, they cover the same thing for, let's see what we're looking at. Plus library. Oh, this is HDRI, so let's go to materials. And here's the car paint. This is the one for Octane, but they have one for Redshift too. Let's see. Cosmic Blue. Do they have Cosmic Blue? Well, they have Blueprint Blue. Don't like that as much. Let's go with this. Well, oh, I see. The little icons are different. This is... So let's bring this in. You can tell. And you can see, just like before, this is relatively a complex thing. Let me see if I can move this around. It's not. There we go. I think this is what you have to do with the pen. You know what? Let's go back to the mouse. Well, we can shrink it. I'm actually not sure. Maybe it's... What button you... Oh, you may have to push control or something. Well, whatever. You can see it all. So, your base and specular, they have the flakes. We saw the flakes in Octane. And then they blend things together and we get our surface material. So you're blending your flakes and base color, blend color, and layer color. And actually, they have some pretty good tutorials on Redshift and Grayscale Gorilla. I was not as pleased with their Octane ones. I thought Theo is the artist's name, and I'm going to include a link in the notes here. I thought I got a lot of it. It's like any of these things. You really have to sit down and work through what the instructor is doing. But he is very knowledgeable about shading and viz dev and things of that nature. He also did a lot of videos on, it's called Blender, the one I couldn't remember earlier. So this is what Redshift looks like. Now, in talking about Houdini, let's bring up Houdini here. It's Solaris is their new thing, and let's see, what is it called? I always forget. It's like Universal something. Let's see if I can find the name. USD. So Universal Scene Descriptor, I believe is what it stands for. And basically that kind of has something can be used across platforms, because as it is now, if you've got different renderers and you make a material in Octane, you can't use that if you decide to switch to Redshift. They do have tools built in that will convert it, but that's not ideal. So this Solaris and USD is something really. Solaris is Houdini's thing, but USD is really being. I think it's something that's going to be the future. The other thing, now their materials. You'd go into this mat and let's say you should have, actually use more of there. I'm going to use more Redshift in Houdini. Although now they have their own, again, I think it's called Katana, which is their advanced renderer, but it's kind of it's still coming up. I think it's going to be great when you can. Let's see, what did I pull down? No, I don't want that. Oh, RS. You can do a RSD, a USD material. Let's see, Redshift material builder is what you need when you're doing traditional. Let's see if I can hit the one thing. RS material builder. So you bring this in here, and it's a VOPNet, which is volume operator network. And when you go in here, you have your material, and you can construct your material. Very simple. Or very similar, I would say, to what we were looking at in Cinema. So these are the so though I did find it a little bit more complex dealing with materials in Houdini. I don't know how much of that is me and how much is, if it really is any more complex. So let's, like here you can do, let's pick a diffuse. And reflection, we can make that, pick a similar color, and let's see what let's throw down a box. It's a simple box. Well, that's interesting. What the heck is going on with this box? Oh, I put it on stage. Let's just, we're just doing standard things here. Let's just put it in, not out. We want to put it in object. There we go. So now we can throw down a box here. Actually, you'd probably throw in a geo, but this is going to be fine. And let's see what we got here. Render material. We only have one on the mat, and that's the Redshift. Accept. And let's see what happens if we try to actually have a look at this. So what we're going to need to do that is, let's do a Redshift dome light. Let's go back before we do anything, just so we can see what it looks like. Let's see. Redshift dome light. There we go. Now we have a light, and we're gonna, I had the box selected. Okay. And let's move our box back to 0 into that, and okay, the box is, and here's our light, and we're going to move the light up. Actually do it, I like using the pen. So we can move it up, and anyway, so in order to render this, we need our out, and we need our Redshift. actually. Redshift, IPR, not IPR, Redshift renderer, and that'll give you an IPR. And let's go here and see what we get. Should see something with a dome light. There we go, and you can see. So that, I mean, this is just we're just putting a very simple texture on the box, but you get the idea. I think it's complaining about, what's it complaining about? Oh, I didn't set up the camera. Redshift cache folder already, and I do not know what that going on with that. But at any rate, so that's Redshift. Sorry, Houdini. And again, you can see there's a lot to this, but I just wanted to give you a sense. I wanted to show you the graphs and so on. And so thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.